Welcome in everyone, and thank you so much for checking out the new video. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for all the support you've shown the channel these past few months. We officially hit our first goal and have been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. Since the channel is still small, and this is something I do purely because I enjoy it, I want to be transparent. Any donations, super chats, or memberships will go directly back into the channel. Whether that's for more carrots to scout Umas for guides or picking up new games for future content. For now, 100% of anything the channel earns is being reinvested into improving what I make for you all. And with that being said, I am dropping 3 videos today to catch up on my otherwise scuffed schedule this week, so stay tuned. Thank you for all the love and support. It truly means the world. Hello, hello, hello! Today we are going to be finally doing our Silence Suzuka PvP guide. We didn't get to it yesterday as we had the Unity Cup appear out of nowhere, so we ended up doing a video on that, and one of the 3 videos that I'll be dropping today will also be including the Unity Cup. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with our Silence Suzuka PvP guide. Now, Silence Suzuka is one of those Umas that can be built in many different ways. With a 20% increase to speed, it makes it so that you can focus a lot more on your other stats, such as stamina, strength, and wit. Wit, usually not a problem, and strength kind of increases by itself, so you can, kind of teeter on how much stamina you want to give her in order to make her a certain type of racer. Now, we will be following her default aptitudes here, as she is a mile and medium racer inherently. However, if you have some really good sparks, you could even make her a sprinter or a long distance runner. You could even make her a pace chaser or a late surger. Making her an end closer would be a little more difficult, especially if it was on a dirt track, but not impossible. That being said, you can pretty much do that with any Uma, but because her stats are kind of evenly spread out, here you can really customize her the way that you want. I've seen her in sprints, I've seen her in long distance runs. It's, just whatever sparks you have and whatever build you're going for, you can make it happen. But for today's video, since we're going to be focusing on mile medium aptitudes as a front runner, we are going to be using a guest Uma that is going to give us a good split in speed and power with some mile sparks here, and we will be using El Condor Paso. And then for our Uma, we're going to be using our Tokai Teo. If we can find her, there we go, our Tokai Teo, who also has mile sparks and front runner sparks. So we can ideally get her mile rank up to an S. If not, an A is still fine. But, getting that aptitude increase is extremely helpful. So now with our legacy cards selected, let's move on to our support cards. So for our support cards, we're going to be using a Kitasan Black speed card, and then our 2 other best speed cards that can match her certain aptitudes. And since she is a front runner, I'm actually going to be using Gold Ship during this run to see if we can't get groundwork. And then for our other racer, we're going to be using just one of our best speed cards because frankly, we don't really have very good support cards when it comes to speed. But I'm going to actually, in this case, do something I haven't done in any of my videos. I'm going to use Sweep Tosho in the hopes that I am able to get her event that gives us the Charming buff, and that will increase our friendship bonuses immensely and get us to that rainbow training even faster. Now, for our support cards, we are going to be choosing a Super Creek so that we can ideally get Swinging Maestro, and then we will be using our Matikane Fukukitaru support card and our Daiwa Scarlet support card. Now, if you look at my support card list, you will notice that it's rather diverse, and we have a lot of guts, we have a lot of strength cards, we have some trainer cards, and a lot of them are end closers or debuffers, stuff like that. And just not the most phenomenal support card spread. And yes, I do understand this is probably a better stack than a lot of viewers have, specifically because I play this game so much. But you know, maybe you've gotten luckier than I have, or you just have some better card spreads. Or you didn't decide to level up a bunch of guts cards and waste your monies when you first started playing the game. But you know, the point is that you can choose whichever ones you have that are going to help your career out the best. Having skills is very much important, but having stats is even more important. So we want to make sure that we're getting as close to maxing out speed if we want, as we can. And I highly recommend doing a few career playthroughs until you actually can max out speed, because a lot of the competition you'll be going up in any sort of PvP area is going to have characters with at minimum maxed out speed. So we're going to use these 3 speed cards just because they're the best ones I have. Gold Ship specifically for her groundwork skill that we might be able to get, and Sweep Tosho to see if we can get Charming. Now, if you don't have these cards, or you have better speed cards, definitely swap them out if you have better speed cards. But if you don't have these ones specifically, you can really substitute in whatever your best speed cards are going to be. If you have a couple that could potentially fit the bill, you know, hold click on them, see what skills they have, and try to, you know, give the heavier weight to the one that has skills that match your aptitude. So if they have mile or medium skills, or maybe front runner skills, prioritize those if they're around the same level. But the other one thing you're going to want to look at is whether or not they have a initial friendship gauge and special priority, as that's going to affect how many times they land on the skill that you're training and how quickly you can get them up to rainbow training. And if you have a Super Creek, I highly recommend using her, as she does have a chance of giving you Swinging Maestro. So let's go ahead and get this career started. Now, at the beginning of this career, we are going to want to see about getting our speed up as quickly as possible. The faster we can get that to level 3 or so, if we can get that before mid-game, then we'll be looking at quite nice. Let's go ahead. We also want to make sure we're trading our stamina, so we're going to get Sweep Tosho up a little bit here. And then we do want to try to pick the trainings, if possible, where Gold Ship is going to have a skill hint. That's specifically for me in this playthrough, just because I want to get groundwork. It's possible that we don't, and we're not going to sacrifice good trains just to get one skill. You know, if we can get our stats up to where we want them, our stat, stamina, power, wit up to where we want them, that's going to be ultimately more important than having groundwork, because basically groundwork is really necessary when you're going up against other racers that also have groundwork. But if you're going up against racers that don't have groundwork, then you can, you know, scoot on by with your good stats. And that's what we did during the Cancer Cup. Obviously, we didn't take home the A because of our air groove. I still haven't lived that down. But ultimately, we got pretty far in the ranked bracket, and we did not have groundwork on our Saiyan Sky. So we are focusing on our friendship bonuses here, but we are going to prioritize trainings that stack up 2 speed cards. We want to get those speed cards up to rainbow training as quickly as possible. Ooh, move down. What are you going to do that to me for? We got a little low energy. We don't want to risk failing this early on. So let's go ahead, take a rest. Gold Ship, another double speed stack. Not the skill we were hoping for, but that's okay. I'd rather not train Guts, and she has a very high special priority, key to some black, so we're actually going to train Stamina here. Super Creek is going to be the more difficult support card we have to actually get her friendship bonus up, because that's just kind of where we're at, since we only have the one unlock for her. Now, our wit is important, but not as important as our stamina. So since that's a double wit stack, even with Matikane Fukugitaru, she doesn't actually have any skills that I'm necessarily interested in getting. So I'm not going to prioritize the double wit cards, and they both are maxed out and have high special priority and high initial friendship bonus. So those will max out naturally pretty quickly, regardless of whether we intentionally train them or not. We'll keep Silence Suzuka as a front runner naturally, and she should really have no problems. She's an ultimately really good racer, especially having that extra speed bonus. So now we got 15 turns to reach 5,000 fans, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time I had to record this video because I was not paying attention. I kept skipping the races, and I didn't end up earning the fans. So I had to restart, and that was really stupid of me. So make sure that you're paying attention and you're getting those fans. All right, let's do the win training. Get that key to some black skill hints since we don't have another good double stack. And we're gonna amp it up. Get that speed and power boost. And now we got a triple stack on wit. We're gonna do that, and especially we're going to get those extra points from the reporter here. It's only 2, but it does add up by the end of the career. And now we have a max energy bar with a great mood. So looking nice so far. Okay, so we got 3 on stamina. We'll take it. Support card's looking rather nice. Our Super Creek is still falling behind a little bit. This is going to be the one time I actually train Guts. I want to get Sweep Tosho and Gold Ship up quickly there. Come on, give me the Sweep Tosho event. I was hoping to get that early on, but oh well. Nothing fantastic here, so let's do speed training with Gold Ship. And Gold Ship is now able to do rainbow training. Oh, the brutality. We're actually going to do it. We're doing a PvP guide. You have to take risks when training a PvP character because it's important that we finish with high stats. And Super Creek's going to give us a little bonus there. Nice. We will do the rainbow training with Sweep Tosho. Again, we really want to get that speed maxed out. And speed level 2. Daiwa's going to give us some energy back. If you have a Daiwa Scarlet, I highly recommend using her. I absolutely adore that card, and she seems to give her events quite often. And I could be completely wrong, and maybe it's just my own perception. But I've gotten really lucky with her. So we got a 27% here with Ketis of Black and Gold Chip. We'll take it. And we are going to do this race going into the hopeful stakes here. If we win this, we should be able to easily get all of our fans, just like that, 11,000 in the bag, and now we shouldn't have to worry about getting fans for quite some time. Now, let's get nice and rested. We want as much energy back as we can. I don't want to do a 24% wit, so we are going to go ahead and take a rest there. Sorry if I sound a little stuffy today. I am a bit sick, but that's okay. It's just a winter cold. I think it's fall still, isn't it? Oh well. Now we have Matikane Fukukitaru there. Gold Ship's still falling behind a little bit. That's fine. All of our speed cards are where we want it. So let's go ahead and do Monty and get her rainbow training up. That will increase our energy when we do rainbow wit training and ultimately give us more turns. So our main focuses, as you can probably tell, are going to be speed, but we also want to make sure that we are bringing up, that's hard to pass up on, but we need to rest, that we are bringing up stamina a little bit. Now, our main stamina training is going to come during beach training. Ideally, we will get good rainbow trainings during beach training with Super Creek. However, it is a little RNG depending on where our stamina card lands, if we get her up to rainbow training by then or not. Luck of the draw. Let's see how it goes. Top 5 Yaoi Show, and now we got 12 turns before the Kobe Shimbunhai. Go for a run and clear head. We'll get a little bit of energy back. It is possible to lose some energy there. It is possible. So keep that in mind, but I always like to take the chance. Here comes our inspiration, so it's time for some good speed and power. And excellent, we did get our mile up to S rank there. Time for a wit training, or speed training. Low energy, time for a rest. 70, excellent. And we'll get a little speed bonus there. Now, where is she? Why are you doing this to me, Super Creek? We're going in for the speed. I would have liked to have trained Super Creek there, but she just absolutely keeps landing on guts every time, so we do what we can. Now we'll do a speed with Super Creek and Director Akikawa. 2 turns until the summer camp. We are at a 14% failure, once again with Super Creek landing on guts, because why wouldn't she? We'll do a speed training here. We have maximum energy. We'll go into the beach training looking nice here. And if we get lucky, yeah, let's do power, get these 2 up. Power does also give a bit of stamina. We can do wit training, get some of that energy back. And she's on guts again, so speed it is. Damn! Super Creek, what are you doing to me? And we'll always choose the top option to get some additional power. Now, we don't really have any good options here. Our energy's pretty low, so we are going to rest and recover for our last one and come out of this beach training with good energy. And we use 15 gold chip event. And let's see, we can do a power training and get Super Creek up to rainbow training ability. Now is when we're gonna get a little more into the stamina training, but for the most part, we are still going to be directing this towards speed. We can keep Silence as a front runner through the Kobe Shimbun High. Second place, not what we were hoping for, but that's okay. Still get a good amount of fans from it, and we get 10 more turns before the Kinko show. Eat your vegetables, keep the mood good. And then we got to do either a rest or a wit training here. Yep, we'll rest. Double speed, we'll take it. Mood down, of course it did. Oh well, let's get that back up. I was actually hoping for not karaoke that time so we could get a little bit of our energy back, but oh well. Whatever works. And let's see. We're actually going to do a wit training here. I want to be able to do 2 good turns just in case. Wit level 2. Second's still pretty good. Will give us a good mood and some skill points. And there's a key to some black skill hint. With our straightaway recovery skill coming in, we might actually purchase that. Corner recovery, straightaway recovery, swinging maestro, professor of curvature, all great skills to have for a PvP character. Now we're going to leave everything to fate and get some stat increases since we have max energy. I always do a speed training after that because we go into the raffle next where we're likely to get energy back. Let's see, get at least a carrot. Okay, excellent. And there's that energy back. And we got 3 more turns to the Kinko show. Let's go ahead and do our wit training. Almost maxed out Akikawa. And no rainbow stamina yet, but that's okay. We're still counting on you, Super Creep. There you go. Now, the Kinko show should not really be much of a challenge for us, so let's go ahead. We're still not going to go ahead and buy any skills just yet. Just a 2,000 meter G2, so we shouldn't really have too much trouble with this. There's our first place for 5 links over Matikane Fukukitaru. And then we got the Takarazuka Kinen coming up. Keep in mind, this run does have the Autumn Tenosho, but it's only the Autumn, so it's not going to be as bad. We'll do the Gold Ship skill hint here, see if we can't get Groundwork. Strategist, damn. You are the bane of my existence, Gold Ship. And naturally, she gives me the skill whenever I'm having a bad run or have a ton of debuffs, etc. I'm sure you've all felt that pain. Everyone here has felt that pain. Time for a rest. And another stamina training with our Super Free. Stamina level 3, not bad. We have low energy. Time to rest. Excellent. We recovered by 66, which means we can get 2 solid turns in before the Kinkocho. Or oh my god, I'm 2 whole turns behind us. Before the Takuruzuka Keenan. We're going to do another speed. We want that up to level 5. Finally, we can do a wit training here. Cap off our energy as we are headed into our second beach training of the career. Excellent. Additional skill points. Not getting very many speed stacks, which is a bummer, but you know, it is up to RNG, so sometimes with PvP characters, unlike the A-rank guides, which, you know, you should be able to get in a couple goes, PvPs might be a little bit harder to reach the stats that people are aiming for. 43 wit, we'll take that. We'll take the 28 in speed. Nothing phenomenal here. So we're actually going to do another wit training. And again, kind of getting sidelined here by my speed training. But that's what I get for picking characters that don't have super high special priority. Move down, of course, because why wouldn't it? Nope, we're going to correct that right now. I don't want any wasted turns. I mean, technically that was a wasted turn, but we still get Professor of Curvature right now, so we'll be happy about that. Wow, we're getting no luck on the speed draws, I guess, but oh well, we'll keep going. And endurance will give us a bit of a stamina boost here. The Manchin is only 1,800 meters, so we should be set. The Manchin, Manichi. And I believe this Tenosho Autumn is on the same turn. Yep. So we are going into the Tenosho Autumn here. Again, it's not a very long race, but we are going to save ourselves a headache by buying Swinging My Show and Professor of Curvature right now. We got good discounts on them, so let's go ahead and absolutely crush the Tenosho Autumn here. Excellent. Now, that is all golds achieved. So we are headed into the URA finale. Stats are a little low, but that should be fine. We are doing a guide here. We don't need to get the perfect one, but I would have liked to have gotten a few more speed stacks here. We got 5 turns, smoke screen, yeah, hurting me where it hurts most there, Gold Chip. And let's do a counterclockwise lap. You can throw in some left-handed. Okay, there's a double speed. And now we're gonna take a rest and we'll tell her to be kind to herself. Get some of that energy back. And I suppose we're going to actually rest here and get 2 good turns in. Skill points coming in hot. And we can do the 28 in speed here. And 1 turn before the qualifier. And we got another double stack, so let's go ahead. We'll take that. do the race, and this is just a 2200 medium. And we should be all solid for this. 11,794 fans. We're climbing those ranks. I don't think we're gonna hit legends. And let's see here, semifinals. Let's go ahead and crank up our wit and get one phenomenal speed training coming up here. Speed training coming in hot. Let's go ahead, and there we go. And one final turn before the finale. Let's get to it. Ooh, well, that's a bit of a bummer. We did not get a good speed stack. Got a little low end on the speed stacks here, but you know, it happens. So let's go ahead and take a look at our skills. So we got some good ones available to us. We did not get groundwork, but that's okay. Now we are looking at the finale here. That's the first place. 5 links, solid run. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're gonna buy our skills. Let's get concentration. And then we're going to also get straight away recovery here. And then we're also going to buy extra tank. And we are a front runner. So let's see what else we got here. We'll give final push. That's a very good one to have. So here is what we're looking at. Our stats are a little lower than I would have liked them. However, we did not get very good stacks that time around. So we got to be 1 stamina spark. So essentially, here's what we're looking at. We pretty much got power and speed to where we wanted them. However, I would have liked to have a bit more in stamina. If we could have gotten another 115 stamina and gotten that up to a 600, then we would have had a really, really solid build here. The reason for that is you'll pretty much need at least a 600 stamina for the team trials, especially with debuffers and stuff like that. So I recommend it. If you have a stamina card like Super Creek, definitely take her rainbow trainings. As you saw throughout this career, we didn't really get very many rainbow trainings with Super Creek, which is just kind of a luck of the draw sort of thing. We didn't get very many rainbow trainings for anything really, not very many speed, not very many stamina. But you know, if we're talking between 30 to 40 points per rainbow training, you know, if we got 3 rainbow trainings and maybe 1 additional speed rainbow training, we would have had the perfect build here. So definitely make sure that you are attributing at least 600 to stamina when going into PvP. I am kind of making up for it with my Swinging Maestro straight away recovery and extra tank. And then the other skills that we purchased were Professor of Curvature, which is a speed buff that is going to be used by pretty much every PvPer. Concentration, which will assist with any sort of slow starts. Final Push, which will help us keep the lead as a front runner. And then the View from the Lead is mine, which we inherited. But that is also going to assist us as a front runner. Make sure the skills that you purchase for your PvP front runner, Silence Suzuka, are going to assist with maintaining and keeping a lead. The last thing you want is some end closer or late surger to sprint up on ya at the last couple meters and then, you know, break it by a hair. So yeah, that's going to be my PvP guide. I am going to continue training this Silence Suzuka, as I'm very happy that we finally scouted her. And once I build my PvP Silence Suzuka that I will actually be using, I will post a screenshot to my community post for you guys to take a look at. But yeah, thanks again for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all future content. And have a great day. Bye-bye.